Well, Hannah, tonight was a great night because we got to watch the reboot of the reboot of the reboot of Superman.
Fourth time's a charm.
What did you think? What did you think of the movie? And before you say anything, okay, let me just warn you that if you like the movie, you're going to piss off a lot of people.
Why?
Because a lot of Zack Snyder fans won't like you very much.
But aren't they just Superman fans?
No, that's not how it works anymore. The world is more gray than it used to be, okay? If you like the movie, you're going to piss off a lot of people. And also, if you didn't like the movie, you're going to piss off a lot of people.
Okay.
So having said that, what did you think about the movie?
Okay, if you don't like this, then click out. Because I thought it was great.
What?
Yeah. I thought it was somewhere between great and awesome.
Oh my God.
There was a point in the beginning where I'm like, oh, this is good. And then I was like, this is great. And then like I've had a couple moments of being like, this is awesome.
Wait, for context, for people who don't know, you don't like happy things or hope or...
You know what I was thinking though? I
What?
feel like there was enough good to make you happy and there was enough bad to make me happy.
Okay.
There was enough like bad things happening and creepy things happening and a little bit of weird.
There's a lot of weird.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did you think?
I don't know. I'm a little mixed on it,
How?
to be honest. I thought...
Oh, you're just trying to please everyone.
No.
Everyone give a thumbs up because Kevin is on both sides.
No, I'm not. I have a weird relationship with Superman. I watched the original when I was very young, and it was my first superhero movie. And so I have that like burned into my memory of Christopher Reeves lifting up the helicopter. I feel like the talky parts in this movie I liked. It wasn't groundbreaking, but
It's good dialogue.
I was engaged with it, and I think a lot of the action set pieces felt a little too video gamey and wacky for me, to the point where I was like phasing out of the movie anytime he started fighting a giant Godzilla creature.
I would have thought you would love that.
Maybe. I don't know if my inner child is dying or what's happening, but like, yeah, in the very beginning, there was a pretty epic shot of him flying, and the camera is very close to him, and so it felt real, you know, and I like that a lot. But yeah, I mean, this movie is exactly what it was advertised as. It's a James Gunn Superman movie. It's like if you took Guardians and just combined it with Superman, there it is. And I love Guardians, and maybe I'm just getting a little sick of the shtick. Like maybe I don't want to come off too negative.
Yeah, what the hell? Well, you know what's interesting? I end up watching a lot of these like character, like superhero action movies, even though like it's not my thing. And I felt like this was like a damn near perfect superhero action movie. And my only thing, which like isn't a complaint about the movie, it's just like what would have made the movie better for me would be if it was funnier. So I feel like in that way...
If this movie was funnier?
Yeah. I would have had a better time watching it. I had a very good time watching it. I would have had a better time watching it if it was funnier.
I thought it was like pretty funny.
But I'm saying like in comparison to like Guardians, I think Guardians is funnier.
Yeah,
But I really liked it.
That's so weird. I thought you were gonna like come into this review and be like, "Oh, well, if you're a 12-year-old boy, you'd love this movie."
I do love that line.
Yeah.
Well, I think a 12-year-old boy would love this movie, but also like for adults, there were prostitutes.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
There was slow motion jiggly boobs.
Yeah.
Which I laughed at because I was like, is he fully aware of what he's
Yes.
doing right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, they made a choice to put her in a low-cut dress and have her jump up and down.
But it took me out of the emotion of the scene. If that
You're
was,
like, oh.
Well, no, because I'm like, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a joke or not because she's not like center framed.
Yeah.
She's like off to the side, but I'm like,
I feel like it wasn't supposed to be the joke, but it was supposed to be like a last grab at your attention. It's like, see? You thought you liked this movie. We're solidifying that. Here's some jiggly boobs for your patience. Superman.
I didn't like that they skipped the whole origin story, and no one's gonna agree with me at all on the whole planet, but I think that seeing the origin of characters is so important for relating to them and just understanding them a bit better. And I felt like, Lex Luthor in this movie just comes off as kind of like a mustache twirling villain. He's just trying to kill Superman from the very start. There's no real motivation behind it. Hang on, let me finish. There's this wonderful shot at the end where he's kissing Lois Lane. They're like flying up inside the building. And I'm like, oh my God, in a better movie, if I cared more about that couple, I'd be like, wow, movie magic, but it just it didn't land for me. And so I'm just trying to express, I don't know if what I'm saying is true or not, but I felt a little uninvested the whole time. I felt entertained for most of it.
Okay.
But I just at the end of the day wasn't latching onto it the way that I wanted to. And maybe it was just too much shit was going on. Everything happened so fast. It's so goofy that there's barely a moment that sits and breathes for more than a second. I mean, that's why, ironically, the longest scene in the movie was my favorite scene, because it was just a human scene. Yeah. So am I just not fun anymore?
You're not fun anymore. Also, I remember sitting on this couch and doing a video with the guy, probably around that high brown hair, and he was saying how he likes when villains are just evil. And they don't have a backstory. They don't need a backstory. They're just evil.
No, let me clarify my stance on that. Pure maniacal evil.
So he wasn't cackling enough.
He's good in the role, but it wasn't a performance that glues you to the screen, Whereas, the Wicked Witch of the West, if we're going all the way back, it's you are locked in when she is on screen because that performance is outrageous. So that's what I mean. Same with, Emperor Palpatine and whoever else.
Mm-hmm. I feel within the universe, there's a lot of stories they could tell. And I feel they told an interesting snapshot within it while also setting up a lot of different ways that they could go in the universe. And I just feel I don't know, I often appreciate not having backstories because backstories aren't usually that interesting. It's like they're telling you a little bit of why this person is the way they is, but it's the way they are, but it's let's just see them as they are. And that's what this movie did. It showed you who they are.
I hard disagree. And I realize I'm not judging the movie based on what it was setting out to do. So I'm sorry, I'm sidetracking here.
You're the villain.
But no, it's you think about any movie where there's will they, won't they relationship. Think about The Office. If it was Jim and Pam already together, if you tuned in on season 4 or 5 for the first time, you'd be like, this
Well, but who are we talking about?
Lois Lane and Superman.
Oh, so that's what you wanted to have a backstory on.
Well, they didn't start off as a couple, and in the original Superman, which you haven't watched any Superman movies.
Yeah. Other than a 4-hour Zack Snyder jerk-off fest.
We don't talk about that. But no, in the original movie, she doesn't know his secret identity.
Yeah.
And that whole secret identity thing has been long removed from these movies.
Yeah.
From as the whole genre. And it's a shame because I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing where these characters come from. You see his parents for a little bit, but it's I
feel there's a certain point, though, that, you can't keep retelling the same exact story. So, even I, as someone who doesn't know about Superman, but, has lived in this world for a little while, I know that that's a thing. So, I did appreciate that in that, kind of quick reveal of she already knows everything. I was I was kind of relieved that we're not going through that because I could see that story so clearly in my head. He's doing the wrong thing for their relationship and he's actually doing the right thing and she is mad at him for it, but she doesn't know and they're getting farther apart and they just have to talk. I don't need to see that storyline. So I was relieved that it was just yeah, she knows. a good story. And I thought all of the characters were like distinguishable and likable enough, or like you felt the way about them that you're supposed to feel about them. Like I was thinking about we don't have to include this, but the checklist that you were saying in the Captain America video of like the things that make a superhero movie good.
Yeah.
And I feel like this did all the things. Like it had an emotional story, an emotional journey that our main character's going on throughout the whole thing.
Which was what?
Which was like about who he is. It's about like he's idolizing his like birth parents forever, and then he finds out something about them that he's like, who the fuck am I? What the fuck am I doing here? And then he like comes around in the end and realizes like his family is like the people that raised him. And also his like the conversation he was having with his dad, like he is the sum of his actions and not like what was put onto him by his parents, not his expectations.
Yeah, these were all of the good things in the movie. And I liked when the public turned against him and he found out the second part of that message, and I liked the scene with his dad, and I think James Gunn does a very good job of, dare I say, shoehorning in sentimental moments into his movies, because that's it.
Yeah.
That entire plotline is literally those two scenes. And then there's a whole bunch of action in between that has no correlation to Superman trying to figure out who he is as a person.
It was interesting because there's multiple things going on at once. And I feel like that does make a better movie, or at least a more like exciting movie than just like one singular plot line of who am I? Oh, I'm a human and I'm, the sum of my actions.
Well, I think maybe they could have just woven it in a little bit more to make the whole...
I feel like they did. I like the scene where he's like looking for the dog, and he goes to his apartment and Lois is there, and there's like something happening outside the window of like the fighting, and he's like, it's all right, they got it. And that was like funny. They're kind of having like a heart to heart.
That was like, good. And that kind of thing is like, that's why I think maybe James Gunn was the perfect guy to do this, because it's like you have the Richard Donner 70s Superman movie, which just kind of plays it pretty straight down the middle. And then you have Zack Snyder, who makes like the dark one, dark and gritty.
For 12-year-olds. You gotta cut that out.
The Zack Snyder one, it's a fine movie. It's a little... whatever, it's fine. And then, this one is just like the polar opposite of that. It's like the only other direction to go in is like, just make it more comic booky and weird.
Yeah.
And they definitely did that. I just think they may have done it to a fault. Like, there is this scene halfway through, there's like an action set piece scene where they're escaping not the black hole, the Lexus interdimensional portal.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is. And it turned into a video game so quickly.
And I was so down with that.
He's in like this river of CGI.
Protons.
He's in a river of protons washing him away, and then the one guy turns into a weird squid creature, and they make a joke about it.
That was great. That was a great, like that. Like those are the things I liked. The scenes where like someone said something kind of funny, and it was like it made you smile. Like
it was a funny joke. Yeah. But while the scene was happening, I just kept thinking, like, is this going too far? Like, is this...
Oh, that's so funny. I feel like that character also in particular was, like, great.
Why?
Is this a spoiler review?
I guess so.
I like that, so he's a guy, and Lex Luthor has him there to keep Superman at bay, but also he's holding that guy hostage by having his kid there. Which I'm like, I like that it goes deeper, and it's not just like, oh yeah, I have this guy that's going to keep you at bay. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a story behind that guy too. That guy's also going through something. Uh-huh. And then that guy also gets emotional seeing this guy get killed. And he's like, what the hell are we doing? I can't do this. I can't be part of this. I like that whole little arc in there. I just thought that was like an interesting little thing to put in.
Maybe at the end of the day, my reservation here is that Superman was my first superhero movie. Maybe this is what it is.
I think it is.
It was my first superhero movie. I lost my superhero virginity to Superman.
Oh my God, you should talk to someone about that.
Probably. They brought back the John Williams Superman theme,
Apparently.
which is great.
I thought a lot of the music was really good. Sorry, did I do something wrong?
They butchered my boy's score. Hannah, they butchered it. They slowed it down to make the whole thing more epic. I think because they thought it would take the cheesiness of the theme away if they played it really slowly.
Okay.
And it works for one scene. It works when the kids are raising the flag. That was great. But they were playing that music during the Godzilla fight, and I just felt like it's like I should have been getting chills. I get chills when I hear awesome John Williams superhero music. Like all the time. It's like easy for that to happen to me. And that scene happened and I felt nothing. I got no goosebumps. I was just sitting there wondering why this wasn't having more of an effect on me.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's hard to make a movie that is based on something that's beloved. So I think in a way it makes sense that I have no affiliation to Superman.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about Superman. So I like watched this with like totally like fresh eyes. And it was great. So my opinion is great and your opinion is invalidated because you've been corrupted.
But you know what's weird? Like I don't even have I guess I have a little nostalgia for the original, but like I watched that movie 5 to 10 years ago and I was like, I don't think this is a very good movie. Like the movie ends with, I think I told you, Lois Lane dies and then Superman flies around the Earth in order to reverse the Earth. I'm like, what? What is happening? Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe Superman movies just aren't for me. I don't know what it is, but at least, Hannah, everyone's going to be talking shit in the comments, all three of them. But but at least I'm acknowledging all of my biases up front, and I'm not pretending to be a film critic. I'm just a guy.
You're just a guy with a YouTube channel that critiques films.
I don't affect the Rotten Tomatoes score, so I'm allowed to say whatever dumbass opinion I have. I can say whatever I want. I'm not even writing IMDb scores. Mm-hmm. I just go on here and spew my thoughts.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
I used to enjoy watching Marvel movies. Like 10 years ago. When they were good and funny and you didn't have to know everything about the whole universe to enjoy anything. Mm-hmm. And this kind of reminded me of that. Of just like watching like a simple, fun movie. Yeah. I'm not articulating this well. And I don't mean to say a simple, fun movie. It's just like, it's like a fun action movie. It's not an action movie that's like car chases and shoot and blah, blah, blah. It's like a fun movie.
Yeah.
Which isn't my kind of movie, but I did enjoy watching those Marvel movies 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I stopped enjoying them when you started needing to know everything about every Marvel character and every TV show and everything to like have any payoff. So like in a way, it was fun watching it, and I do feel excited for what they're going to come out with next.
Oh, I'm going to watch all of them.
Yeah, and like Rhaenyra was in it.
Who's that?
From House of Dragon.
Oh,
When
right.
it was young Rhaenyra, she's like Superman's cousin.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that's definitely a setup, and she's going to be like the party girl Superman.
Yeah, Millie Alcock.
Yeah, that's her name.
She's all cock, baby.
She's all cock. I feel excited to be at the start, and like I'm surprised to be saying this, but I feel excited to be at the start of a superhero cinematic universe. And I didn't realize I'd feel excited about it. I didn't realize that I had nostalgia for watching Marvel movies 10 years ago and enjoying them.
Did we have like a Freaky Friday moment at some point before this started? Like, what's going on here? This is so weird. Yeah, no, I thought it was fine. It's a fine start. It didn't blow my socks off, but I didn't think it was a bad movie.
You have a dog?
All right, well, I guess that's about it.
All right, leave your hate comments down below.
Leave your hate comments down below and
Subscribe for more controversial opinions.